welcome to AMA Expo Express. It's the final day of Expo right now, and today the show will open at 10 a.m., so just a little under an hour. It'll last till 4 p.m. Will call is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The flag presentation will be at 10:30. Speakers, again, Julian Guthrie and Dan Cray at 11 a.m., Dave Wigley at 12:15 p.m., Fruity Shoots 1:30, Mason Hutchinson 2. Silent auction winner will be announced at 2:45. You can bid until 2:30, but you can only register to bid until 2, so make sure you do that, and you can do that in the swap shop at the foundation table. And at 3 p.m., the Static Model Awards will be announced at the main stage, which is actually what we're in front of right now. So we're going to just kind of take a look around all the static models we have on display right now. I think we'll actually start moving this way. We have another gentleman taking a nice look. So right here you have Robert, looks like Queso's 8th scale Hansa Brandenburg W12. Here also, some people have put out flyers for their events, so if you watch AMA Air and you notice our event updates, apparently you get another sneak peek of different upcoming events here in this area. So if you're in the area, there's an event August 2nd through the 4th. You can mark your calendars for that one. Here we have an Albatross 4th scale, or quarter scale, Carl H. Jacobs model. It took him 13 months to complete, so a little over a year. Now there'll be another event June 22nd and 23rd. Long Island Skyhawks present warbirds over Long Island. You can get event coverage anywhere. Here's another Albatross, 18% scale, 14 months to complete. What's great about these folks is they've really put out a lot of information about their models. So if you're here at the show or you're coming to the show today, you can see all the details of each model and what went into them, how much time it took, anything like that. And in Wallingford, Connecticut, there will be a swap meet April 8th, if you want to mark your calendars for that. I know the swap shop has been pretty busy throughout the weekend, and as we talked to the foundation yesterday in our 4 p.m. recap about the RC resale, they were moving planes pretty quickly. Yeah, there's Rosie the Rocketer. Here's a Piper Super Cub. Ed Andrews built this one. Came here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, looks like, to do that. Oh, this has so many photos. You'll see this aircraft coming up. Photos all over. Scratch-built electric retracts, functional flaps, functional bomb drop. Basically a lot of functioning features on this model. Functioning adjustable seat. I like that little detail. Here we have a 33% scale coming up. Waco taper wing. All right, here we have a big model coming up. It's Frank Fell's 30% Art Soul Chipmunk. 6 months to complete. If I tried to build something like this, it would take me probably like 3 years. I am not very skilled with all of this yet, so it would be a little rougher for me. So I really appreciate the effort put into these. And again, these winners will be announced at the main stage at 3 p.m. We have a 33% Waco, 1 year to build. Here, this one here took 5 years to complete. It's a Cessna, scratch built, has retracts, lights, flaps. It's great. I like the color on this one coming up here. This one's Maurice Gomez's entry, a 5th scale P-51 Mustang. 18 months to complete that one. Here we have John Sabini Jr.'s model. It's a quarter scale. 3 months to build. Manufacturer, ESM. Coming up here, we have Pete Kessler's entry. 12-hour build. Motion RC. The sponsor of AMA Expo Express. They're the manufacturer.
Aircraft is in one of the ads that we played.
Oh yes, you can actually see this in one of the ads throughout our videos. So
I don't know if it's the specific one.
Yeah, it may not be the specific model, but you can see something very similar. So make sure you're checking out all our videos to catch that. Joe Lewandowski's model, 6 scale. Now as you get a last look at that one, we're going to skirt around the AMA Member Center to take a look at the rest of the entries. We've seen a lot of entries already, but there's actually quite a few more down on these tables. We have some smaller ones coming up. So you're actually going to get to see a lot of different types as well. You have your aircraft. You'll see an entry from a junior under 16, and you're also going to see some cars and some boats. So we have everything here. It's not just airplanes. If you're looking to try to get into something new, great place to see it. If you're not as into airplanes, but you want to see other types, you can do that as well. So yeah, here we have that entry I mentioned, the junior under 16. This is his own design. He scratch built it. It's Jonathan Sabini. He's been in the hobby for 10 years. Has more skill than I do. Coming up, we're going to transition to some RC cars for a little bit. This is a Rovan Terminator. We actually have a video coming up today that you'll get to see where we talk to the folks at King Motor RC, Rovan RC, Primal RC. So make sure you're watching out for that. If you're subscribed to our email, it'll be included in there later this evening. Coming up on this side, after you get a good look at that, is our Instagram photo of the day from last night. If you're not following our Instagram, make sure you check it out. Yeah, a couple models from Carlos Pacheco. And as we get a nice look at those cars, we'll be moving into military boat models. So much detail in these. I'm always amazed by that. The Oh My over here, the smaller one past this larger aircraft you're seeing right now. Oh yeah, boat. I said aircraft. Clearly, it's been a long weekend, so you're going to have to forgive me as I say various incorrect things. Shadow Fax is that one right there. Caribbean Soul coming up right there. Moving into the boat non-military category. This is William Dunn's 1:1 scale. 3 months to complete that. This one's really glossy, catching the light very well. I didn't really realize the size of this one over here until you just kind of walk by it and you're just realizing all the lights blocked out from the sails. Moving back into cars. We have a Baja buggy. When we spoke to Primal RC, they actually mentioned they have a Baja buggy model that they really recommend for starting out if you're looking to get into cars. There's a couple trucks, green Chevy truck that you just passed, and now back into some airplanes. We're actually going to loop around this table coming over, and we're going to hop to the other one. We'll see this 42% Ultimate, modeled by Danny Carosa. A lot of nice finishes on this one. We have a Navy Cat. Looks like it took about 400 hours to complete. Coming over, we have Pretzel Pete, Great Plains Fun 51 Mustang. You'll see in a second. You'll also catch a glimpse on the other side of the table. There are more aircraft. There's just so much to see here. So many entries. It's going to be interesting to see who gets announced at 3 p.m. This one here, we have the Carmen Chameleon. It's scratch built. As they say, they got the name with poetic license from the song Carmen Chameleon. Right down here we have David Acton's model. It took him 2 months to complete. It's Impulse. Here we actually have another event. If you're coming up, you can apparently register for it right here. It's the Lancaster County Vintage Celebration and Triathlon, August 18th through 19th in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Bringing AMA on the road right now with our event updates. Jayhawk Coast Guard model. I really admire the finish on this one as well. It's the detail of the wear and all the just all of it. Right. And we're going to stroll down the middle of these tables again, moving past an aircraft Tony Stillman has purchased.
It's not actually in a competition.
Yes, it is not competing. Tony Stillman's model's just been moving around. It's kind of like our running gag as we see where it has moved to. Here we have this took 1.5 months to complete, the Contender. Here's this model here was built in 1972 from an original kit, and it's the first kit that was offered by Aeronautics. There's Douglas Weaver's model there, scratch built. Chicken Hawk. Now we're just gonna go past here and we'll look at our last 2 aircraft. Another one from Douglas Weaver. Yeah, so you've gotten to see a lot of detail here. The winners will be announced at 3 p.m. If you're stopping by the show, make sure you're visiting the main stage to hear who has gotten what award and to appreciate all of their hard work. Obviously, you want to support your fellow modelers, right? So we're going to be back live again at 10 a.m. We're going to be speaking to Spec CNC to learn about what they have to offer. So make sure you tune in.